High on the frozen slopes of Mount Everest, just below the summit, there was a man almost every climber knew, even though no one truly knew his name. He did not speak. He did not move. For decades, he lay curled inside a small limestone cave along the Northeast Ridge route, his bright green climbing boots standing out against the endless white. Climbers called him Green Boots, and he became the most haunting symbol of Everest's cost. Green Boots was not a legend born from myth. He was real. Thousands of climbers passed him while chasing the summit, often using his location as a grim landmark. If you reach Green Boots, you're close, guides would say. His body marked a point where ambition and mortality met face to face. But who was he, and how did he end up there? Most evidence suggests Green Boots was Tsewang Paljor, an Indian climber from the Indo-Tibetan Border Police expedition of 1996. That year was one of the deadliest seasons in Everest's history. A sudden storm struck near the summit, trapping climbers in the death zone. Visibility vanished, temperatures plummeted, oxygen ran out. Paljor and two teammates were last seen struggling to descend in near whiteout conditions. They never made it back. At some point during the descent, Green Boots collapsed inside the cave, likely seeking shelter from the wind. But in the death zone, stopping is often fatal. Oxygen deprivation clouds judgment. The brain slows, muscles weaken. A short rest becomes a permanent one. He froze where he sat. What makes Green Boots so disturbing is not just his death, but his presence. For years, climbers stepped over him. They looked into the cave. They saw his boots, his jacket, his frozen face, and then they kept going. Not because they were heartless, but because stopping could mean joining him. In the death zone, rescue is almost impossible. A single climber cannot move a body. A group trying to do so risks collapse, frostbite, or death. Every minute spent helping someone else steals oxygen from your own brain. Everest enforces brutal priorities. Survival first. Over time, Green Boots became more than a body. He became a warning. Guides used him to remind climbers how close death was to the summit. If someone reached Green Boots too late in the day, they were often ordered to turn back, no matter how close they were to success. The mountain had already claimed one life at that point. There is a disturbing psychological effect that occurs when climbers repeatedly see bodies on Everest. Death becomes normalized. Seeing Green Boots was shocking the first time, but for many climbers, it became routine, a silent checkpoint on the route. The human brain adapts, even to horror. That adaptation keeps climbers moving, sometimes too far. For the family of Green Boots, the story is far more painful. If the identification is correct, Tsewang Paljor's family never received his body. There was no burial, no final goodbye. Everest became his grave. For them, Green Boots was not a landmark. He was a son. In later years, reports suggested that Green Boots' body was moved or covered, possibly by Chinese authorities to reduce the psychological toll on climbers. By the mid-2010s, many climbers reported the cave empty, but the name remained. Green Boots had already entered Everest's mythology. What makes Green Boots the most mysterious man on Mount Everest is not uncertainty about his identity alone. It is what he represents. He represents the thin line between summit glory and permanent silence, the moment where exhaustion, hypoxia, and weather align against the human body. He represents every climber who believed they could rest just a little longer. Green Boots also exposes an uncomfortable truth. Most climbers pass bodies not because they want to, but because they must. The death zone does not allow heroism. It punishes hesitation. On Everest, compassion without oxygen can be lethal. Today, new climbers may never see Green Boots himself, but they still hear the name. It is spoken quietly in tents and briefing rooms. It is mentioned in route descriptions and whispered among Sherpas. Green Boots is gone, but his warning remains. If you are strong enough to reach the death zone, you are strong enough to die there. Green Boots reached that line, and Everest kept him, not as a villain, not as a failure, but as a frozen reminder of what the mountain truly costs. On Mount Everest, the summit is optional. Coming back is not guaranteed.